clothing. These are what constitute class A fire, the free burning materials. Then we have the class B fire. Everybody say class B fire.
Class B fire.
In your homes, your mothers, when they are in the kitchen, what do they use in frying plantain or fish? What do they use? Huh? No, I mean oil. Yes, you use oil. We are talking of oil, but not only cooking oil. We are still talking about kerosene. We are talking about diesel. We are talking about petrol. Yes. So all these are oil. When you see class B fire, you don't fight class B fire with what? With water. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? You don't fight class B with water, but you fight class A fire with what? Water. For example, if you are frying something in your kitchen, you understand, and the thing catches fire, and your frying pan catches fire, how do you put the fire off? Who can tell me? Yes. No, you can't use water. Yes. You. Yes. You. You put it in your food, you spoil your food. Fire extinguisher will spoil your food. Yes.
Fire extinguisher.
Yes. Okay, let me tell you. Yes. You can cover it. You can use a lid to cover. If you are frying and there is fire in your frying pan, if you have a lid, you cover the frying pan. When you are covering it, you are cutting out the supply of air. You understand? And immediately you cut out the supply of air to that fire, it will go off. If you use water, you understand? Water is heavier than the oil. The water will go down. You still have your fire off. That's why it's not good to use water. Or you can try it. When you are frying and it catches fire, put water. You will see that the fire will what? Will go up, will explode again. So water is not good to fight that type of fire. Is that okay? Is that okay? Yes. So if you have that type of problem in your kitchen, don't use water. You can use a fire blanket. We have what we call fire blanket, or you use a very big lid to cover your frying pan. Is that okay? Yes. Okay. You can also use fire extinguisher, but we have a different type of fire extinguisher that cannot spoil your food, which is the CO2. If you use powder fire extinguisher in your kitchen, it will spoil your food. Is that okay? Is that okay? Yes. You understand up to that level? Okay. So we have talked about how many classes now? We have talked about 2 classes of fire. Remaining how many? 2. Remaining 2. And the remaining 2 is class C fire and class D fire. When we talk of class C fire involves your cooking gas, all types of gases, even the gases they use in laboratories. I think when you have a laboratory in this school, you will be using gases. So classifier involves what? Gases, cooking gas, butane, methane, all these ones are mentioning their types of what? Gases. So classifier involves gases. And what can we use to put off that type of fire? We use fire extinguisher. We can use DCP. There is what we call DCP, that is dry chemical powder. Everybody say dry chemical powder. Dry chemical powder. The cylinder is always painted red and not black like this. Have you seen one before? Yes. Okay. So it is powder and it is poisonous. It can contaminate your food. You understand? So apart from the DCP, which is the powder, you can also use carbon dioxide. We call this one carbon dioxide. Everyone say carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. The short form of it is CO2. You can call it CO2. You understand? So you can use carbon dioxide or dry chemical powder to fight gas fires. Is that okay? Then we want to talk about the last class of fire. The last class of fire involves iron, aluminium, zinc. I know that you cannot have that type of fire in this school. Do you understand? that okay? So it involves aluminium, metals, iron, zinc, and so on and so forth. For that type of class of fire, you can still use fire extinguisher to put that type of fire out. Is that okay? So we have talked about the 4 different classes of fire. Yes, have we talked about the 4 different classes of fire now? Yes. We have talked about the class A fire, which involves 3 burning materials. So when you see a fire like that, you use what? Water. You use water to fight it. Then we move to class B fire. You cannot use water to fight class B fire, isn't it? Yes. It's either you cover the fire or you mix Omo with water and mix it together. You can use that one also. Is that okay? Then we mention class C fire that involves gases. Before we now come to class D fire that involves metals, ions, aluminium, and so on and so forth. So these are the classes of fire. Is that clear now? Yes. So if you see a fire, a small fire that involves 3 burning material, you should be able to fight it. Can you? Yes. If it's a small fire, like maybe paper is burning, small wood clothing is burning, just use water. You pour water on it and the fire will go off. You understand? Even in your mother's kitchen, if you enter there and the fry pan catches fire, you know what to do, isn't it? If you can get a big basin or a lid, you cover it. You understand? And then you can also keep your cooking gas outside the kitchen and not inside the kitchen. Always advise your parents to keep their cooking gases outside. You understand? Then you now use a hose to connect it to the kitchen in case if there is any leakage. Is that okay? So those are the classes of fire. We have already mentioned the causes of fire. That if we arrange ourselves very well in our homes, do you understand? There won't be fire outbreak. If children don't play with matches, if they don't play with cooking gas, do you understand? If they don't play with electrical sockets and so on and the rest, there will be unlikelihood for a fire to occur. Is that okay? Yes. Do you get that now? Yes. Okay. So we are now going to go into the practice. We want to make fire now. Yes, we are going to make fire, and we will attempt to put off the fire. Is that okay? Yes. But before we do that, anywhere you are and you notice fire outbreak, what are the things to do? What are you going to do? If you run away, the fire will be burning now, and the fire can burn our property. If your school is on fire and you run away, all your food is gone, or your house is on fire and you run away. If you your house is burn, what will you do?
There's no space to record there again.
Call the firefighter. Yeah, it's part of it. That's not the first thing you're going to do. Yes, you raise alarm. You understand? You don't just stand and be wailing and be shouting. You raise alarm. Fire, 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 fire. Huh? By that, the neighbors will now come around. You understand? To help you. If you have fire extinguisher, you can use the fire extinguisher. As you are doing that, you now call the nearest fire office. You understand? You raise alarm, not to run away. But at least you must live where the fire is burning, and not to run away. You understand? You put yourself in a very safe place. Is that okay? Is that okay? So educate your parents. When you see fire, not that you run away, you raise alarm for everybody to be aware that there is fire, so that you can put efforts together to put out the fire. Is that okay? Yes. So fire is not all that dangerous. Fire is useful to us, and at the same time it is dangerous. It can become our enemy if it becomes mega, if it becomes very big. So we are going to make fire now, and we are going to see how we are going to use the fire extinguisher to put off the fire. But before then, this is the fire extinguisher. Everybody say fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher. This is what you normally use to fight fire before the arrival of the fire service. So we can call it a first aid firefighting. You know what first aid is? What is first aid treatment? First aid treatment. You want to tell us? Yes, what is first aid treatment? To a sick or an injured person, before you call a medical doctor or before you take the person to where? To the hospital. So also this one is the first aid firefighting equipment. This is what you use before the arrival of the fire service. Is that okay? So if you don't have it in your home, tell your parents to at least buy one and hang it at your entrance. So we want to make fire now, and then you will now see. This is what we call the cylinder. Everybody say cylinder. Cylinder. The red one is the plunger. Everybody say plunger. Then we have the nozzle. This is the nozzle. Nozzle. This is where the object will come out from to fight the fire. Then it has this one. This is the safety pin. Everybody say safety pin. Safety pin. Do you know why this safety pin is there? This safety pin is there to prevent children from playing with the fire extinguisher. Do you understand? Yeah. If this safety pin is there, when you press it, it will not press. But when you want to use it and you remove the safety pin, it will press. Is that okay? Because somebody can mistakenly put his or her hand there and the content will just discharge. Is that clear? So we are going to make fire now, and we are going to call some of the teachers and some of the pupils to come and fight the fire. Is that okay? No, it's not here now. No, you put sand there.
Hey, wait. She said you should put it on the table so that they will see that you should demonstrate.
It's okay to start now. Oh, it's not where? Where's the HM? Oh yeah, put more. We told them 4 now.